Good afternoon, school. And we've got there pretty much. End of term is here, and just a chance for me to say a few words and round off this school year. I think we've learned a lot over the last year and over the last couple of weeks in particular. And it's there I wanted to start because lots of you will know my love of football. And I've learned lots over and above just than football in the last couple of weeks. And for me as a leader, it's been really interesting looking at Gareth Southgate and his approach to leadership and some really interesting ways in which he's managed to develop his team. And I use that word advisedly because I think for me, the most important element is the team that he's developed. And when you look at the team, the players I'm talking about now, the thing that struck me is, yes, it's 11 players who start a match, but he's always really quick, Gareth Southgate, to talk about the players who haven't been on the pitch. And I think their contribution has been absolutely vital. And it just makes you realise that very often when you're working in a team, some of the less obvious people are people who make just as important a contribution. But then there's another team, and I heard somebody on the radio recently talking about the team behind the team. And that's all those other people who are making things happen for the team, whether that's the coach driver, the physio, the person who looks after diets, whatever it is, the kit people. All of those people are doing their bit, and each of those bits comes together in order to ensure that the team is successful as a whole. And that kind of made me think about also this idea that Southgate has on creating memories. These key events in our lives, and I've seen quite a few now, I suppose, within my lifetime, is so important in all of our individual histories, but also the history of us as a nation. I don't think it's probably going too far. These moments create memories that stay with us for life. You will remember these Euros. You will remember this year that we've had. And it just makes me think about us as a school and the memories that we've got. We're thinking ahead to 2023. During next academic year, 21 to 22, by the end of this forthcoming academic year, we'll be looking at our 600th anniversary. And what makes us, is partly our memories. As a school, over 600 years, we've layered up memory after memory after memory. This year will be part of that history of the school. The memories we've created, good and bad, from this year will be part of our history. All sorts of positives that we'll want to remember as part of that process. And it's a chance for me to say thank you to all of the school team, if you like, to come back to my theme. And that's not just the teachers, it's not just the support staff, it's not just the governors, it's not just parents. Most importantly, it's you, the students of the school. That's why we are all here, is to give you the very best opportunities that we can and to create brilliant memories that stay with you for life.
Hi guys, we thought we'd do a quick introduction to get to know you guys better since we haven't had the chance to already. So, my name's Evie, I'm your deputy head girl and I'm currently studying physics, geography and business. Now I'm hoping to take a gap year before I study at university where I will travel and teach English to children in different countries.
Hi guys, I'm Esther, I'm your head girl and I currently study maths, physics, further maths and Spanish and I'm hoping to study general engineering at university.
Hi guys, I'm Ade, I'm your head boy and I currently study maths, business and economics with the hope of studying politics, philosophy and economics next year at university.
Hello, my name is Fifi and I'm your deputy head boy. I study maths, further maths, physics and music, and in uni I plan on studying either computer science or general engineering.
Hello everyone, I'd just like to start off by saying a huge congratulations and recognising the achievement that each of you have made in getting through 2 national lockdowns since the start of the school year. These unprecedented circumstances have seen some bear the consequences more than others, but have been an extremely difficult time for all of us. The effects of this global pandemic has stretched further than just physical loss. It has also had detrimental effects mentally. and I know personally that I've seen a great deal of change in the people around me. Having seen just how hard it can be to find help, I'd like to place a big emphasis on making sure that everybody in the school is conscious of where they can find guidance and support regarding their mental health. One source I'd like to mention are the newly appointed LGBTQ+ and mental health ambassadors. This student leadership team has 1 year to make a difference, and so I hope that the actions we take will leave a legacy that we and you can be proud of. Thank you.
One of the major changes we're planning on making this year is the new way we're going to run the student leadership team. I'm sure you've all heard about this new system that we plan on implementing, and we as a student leadership team are very enthusiastic to make this system a system that allows students to voice their concerns and general feedback for the school in a more efficient way. 2 weeks ago, we went into Year 7 and Year 8 classes to talk about this new system that we're planning on making, and to gather ideas and to see who would be interested. And we're very pleased to see how many students are really enthusiastic to get involved. When we asked who wanted to be part of this, at least half the class put their hands up every single time. And we're very, very happy to see this. And while we don't have the real jurisdiction or the real justification to fire any teachers that you just don't like, we have so many other ideas that we'll be willing to look into. And just as a reminder, if you do have something that you're very, very passionate about and you believe needs to change in the school, be part of this system. And I can guarantee you, you will be able to get your ideas across to the people who will be making the final decision.
Hello everyone. As the others have already said, a huge well done for this year. We all know that it's been such a weird one. I just wanted to touch on the major progress that has been made, especially this year, regarding the 600 campaign. Obviously, we can all see that the sports campus has already been built and is almost finished. And most of us have had the opportunity to use the new 3G pitch. Me and my girls' football club got absolutely drenched on it a couple of weeks ago. Even though we've been through numerous lockdowns, I've literally lost count, that didn't stop students from raising an astonishing 10 grand in March alone to this cause. And so far, we're actually on £2.9 million in phase 2 of the 600 campaign. So if you've contributed to this, just a massive well done. Although there's still work to be done. There's still £102,000 to be raised, but that seems like light work compared to £2.9 million. Impressively, 7 forms have already completed the £600 challenge and 13 are on their way to do so. So there are plenty of opportunities for everyone to get stuck in and do their bit for that last final push. Another exciting thing is that plans are being put in place to begin the phase 3 of the 600 campaign, which is something that isn't talked about as much. And this is going to be plans for a new arts and drama facility. So that is also something to look forward to, along with the official opening of the sports campus building, which should hopefully be happening in September. So again, just well done for this year. Let's try and keep up the same next year. And maybe the next time I do this, it will be in a real life assembly where you all have to sit there cross-legged for an hour. Maybe I'll risk some really rubbish jokes and just pay all my year 7s to laugh at them. So I hope you'll have a really great summer and you just make the most of it. Thank you.
I'd like to start off by saying a big well done to all of you for this past year. It hasn't been easy, but we've all shown great resilience and character to make it to this point. End of year exams are now coming to a close, and I think everyone should be proud, no matter what you get, of how hard you've worked to get to this point and to still be working hard. Over summer, I hope we don't take our foot off the gas and keep on working hard and pressing towards our goals. There seems to be some light at the end of the tunnel, as next year we look to relax bubbles, open up the canteen and restart some clubs again, which I'm much looking forward to. I'm sure a lot of you have already enjoyed returning to the Discovery Centre for some of your practicals, and this should increase even further next year. Now, as we come to the closing end of the year, I'd like to encourage you all to take some time to reflect. What are you proud of? What have you achieved this year? What could you have done even better? And I'd like to wish you all a safe and happy summer.
So I thought I'd do this a little bit differently today, rather than stand behind a lectern and try and get a nice bit of scenery and socially distanced sport in the background. So on the golf course today, and I'm going to use a lot of golf puns to try and motivate the houses to succeed moving forwards next year. Mr. Skirm, I'm banking on your laughs today, please. So hold on to your hats. In 6th place, these guys are in need of a bit of a smash.
Stratton.
Like you need to take a driver off the par 3. There's still a long way to go.
Is Verney.
Struggling to see the wood for the trees. It's
Barton.
setting some good foundations out of sand and turning them into mortar.
It's Newton.
Chipping away for first place.
Is Ruding.
Which means in first place it's
Denton.
Congratulations.
So that brings us to an end of this end of term assembly, this end of year assembly. My thanks to everyone who's been involved in making this video for you this year, everyone who's participated, but particularly to Carl and James who actually put the thing together on all of our behalf. So thank you to all of you. Just before we go, unfortunately this time of year always has a few farewells, so I just want to pass on my thanks to colleagues who are leaving this year, and we've got several who are moving on to other positions or retiring. So Mr. Harrison from chemistry in the science department, thanks to him. Dr. Hoyle, who lots of you will know from the maths department for quite a few years. Mr. Wilson, who's made such an impact on IT and technology in the school, is moving on to a deputy head role. Mrs. Andrews, who's much loved, I know, by so many of you, not least tutor groups. Frau Box, who is retiring and getting some well-earned rest, I think, after many years at the school. And Mrs. Selby, again, who lots of you will have come across, is our exams officer and has been at the school for over 17 years. So we wish them all well. And of course, our support staff, Mrs. Cochrane and Mrs. Yankovic and Mrs. Revilius in the finance office as well. We wish you all the very best. This time of year, I always leave you with a safe over the summer. A big period of time coming your way, and maybe this year of all years, it's a time just to make sure that you're still carrying out good routines and making sure you're looking after yourself over the summer. You've been amazing this year. Thank you everyone for doing so well during lockdown, during the pandemic, coping with coming back to school so brilliantly. You've been absolutely wonderful, and I thank you for it very sincerely. Wishing you all a good break and a really good rest over summer.